for watching my video from GreenMangoes, and today I'd like to show you how I propagate Adenium, this desert rose here. And one of the things that I've done in the past is take the cuttings and stick into soil and hope that will root after 14 days or a month or so. But with that method though, some of it succeed and some of it rotten, and I found 50%, 50-50 that it will work and it doesn't. So I'll show you a new method today, which is air layering, and I've tried this a few times already and I've seen success at a very high rate. So with that, I would like to share with you so that way you can try it at home as well, and hopefully you can have a lot more replication of your Adenium and enjoy the flowers to me. So I will show you today, first of all, the air layer that I've done the last 14 days, and I'll bring the camera closer to show you how success it is and how it got rooted out already. And then I'll go back and show you step by steps from the beginning what to do and how long it will take and what it takes to get there. So I will get the cameras closer and show you the most amazing things that I've already happened with this one already. If you look closer here, you can see the roots have already started to show there. Let me point it to you so you can see. So this root right here, and then the one right here, more forming here. So this has been air layer for 14 days. Usually it takes 14 days to 30 days, depends on the weather condition and the moisture level. And as you can see, there's all moisture forming inside that plastic piece of paper right there. So that is to help the moisture trapped inside and continue to develop the root for this branch right here. I will show you how I will cut this and plant it in a pot later. But now let's first begin by starting how to show you how I will air layer the Adenium. First of all, before you do this method, you want to use hydrogen peroxide and clean your knife so that way it doesn't introduce new pests or disease to your plant. And I will take this branch right here, this one right here, and what I will do is make a cut from the bottom up. Let me turn right here. Make a cut from the bottom to up and about 3/4 of the way and stop. About 45 degrees angle. I accidentally cut this branch here as well, but that's okay. And you want to clean away all the water. And if I lift this up here, you can see the gap here. Let me turn around. So now you can't air layer this yet because it's still the wound is still very new. So if you add coconut coir into this, it would just rotten it away. So what I would do is I'll take a piece of leaf right here, take a leaf, lift this up and put this leaf in here for 5 to 10 days. And what it does is it allows this wound, this cut to dry up. So when you do air laying, it doesn't get rotten away, but it just focuses on rooting out. And if I turn this around, you can see this is the one that I've done already for 7 days. In order to do this, I will need a piece of plastics, and I use a Ziploc bag and I cut a rectangle out of this. The reason why we use clear plastic wrap because when they start to root out, you can see and start planting this in the pot or so. So first of all, now that this has dried up, I will make wrap this around here. about there or so, and then I'll staple it together. Stapler. Then slide this from the top to bottom. Here. Then I use this garnish strings that I bought from local nurseries, and cut the piece off and tie from the bottom. See this is the cut right here. Tie from the bottom. This step here is a little bit tricky because you have to be very be careful and take your time so that way you don't mess it up. But tie it away. Make sure you pull really tight so that way you can trap moisture in there. And I'll cut the excess off. And you put your finger in, you can see this tube here. This room allows us to put grown medium for it to root. And the next step is coconut coir. I soak coconut coir in water for about 20 minutes or so. And coconut coir will retain moisture pretty good, so I use coconut coir. Alright, make sure you squeeze the water out, so that way it doesn't rotten away your cutting. Just leave enough moisture in there and start pushing the coconut coir in here. Make sure you pack it really tight. There's no room for air, so that way it has all the contact possible to the cutting and start ruining for you. This step is it's not that fun. You have to be very gentle, and you have to be very careful and take your time, so that way you don't have to mess it up. It can be very messy as well. I have to warn you. This coconut coir or dropping all over my table here. So add enough to cover that cutting, and leave enough room on the top so you can tie it as well. My hand is very messy right now. Squeeze it tight. Add a little bit more and then we call it good. To the bottom here. As you can see, you don't have a lot of room to work with, so take your time again. Clean my hand off. And again, using this garden twine. Tie from the top. This is when it'll be nice to have an assistant, so that way they can hold it for you. But I'm all by myself today, so it's okay. One more round, so that way you can trap the moisture in there to last about 14 or 13 days. And cut it up. Voila! you have nail layer. In about, depending on the weather condition, I usually like to do this during the spring, so that way new growth will start forming, and the rate of success is a lot higher during the spring than in the fall. So now I have a new air layer, and I'll wait for this. But the coolest part is I've already got one done. I'll cut this off. Coolio. Now I put this aside. Use the pot I have here, and I will remove this for you to see. Be careful here so I don't cut through the new root. Check this out. See that root there? So I'm gonna remove a little bit. Yeah, get the root there. See that cut right there? That root? That should be enough for you to start this Adenium. So what I will do now is I have this pot here, and I'm gonna pot this into this new pot. Again, my medium is coconut coir. My soil is coconut coir and cactus mix. And there you go, you have a new Adenium that you can enjoy. And remember to keep this in the shade for about 10 days or so, 5 to 10 days, and then start acclimating it to the sun. Don't overwater it. I'll give this a water now, and you should be set to go. So there you go. Thank you for watching today, And I hope you like the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will be making more video to share with you guys my experience with growing Adenium, gardening, and any how-to at home. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. See you next time.